Welcome to Buzzed and Baffled, the podcast where the wine is flowing, the stories get weird, and we try our best to keep the chaos to a minimum. Try being the keyword.
Before we jump in, a quick behind the scenes truth. Producing the show is basically an Olympic sport. Between being the media manager, the sound engineer, the editor, and trying to control her own voice volume, which, let's be honest, Nicole's has the natural power of a small megaphone, things can get a little unpredictable. So if you hear the occasional mic spike, just know it's not your headphones. It's Nicole living her best and loudest life.
Disclaimer, we're not experts, just two curious humans with wine in hand and an enthusiasm for the bizarre. Some topics may be dark, sensitive, or downright strange, so listener discretion is advised. And remember, everything you hear is for entertainment only, so take the story seriously, just not too seriously.
And any opinions shared on this podcast are our own and not reflective of any third party.
Now, pour a glass, settle in, and get ready to be buzzed and baffled. You set up pretty quickly this time.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the speakers are turned off.
That's because I'm invalid.
How come you're invalid today, Kyla?
Because I took a tumble yesterday. Last night.
Did someone not take the ride home offered to her and take a little bit of a tumble?
Well, I mean, I live literally 100 yards downhill. And by the time I get home is like when James would be leaving your house. And it was 40 degrees and I hit the one.
You got home a little bit quicker last night than normal, though, didn't you?
2 square inch patch of ice.
Did you come skidding into the driveway?
No, but you could probably go find my flesh on Upper Anthony Street.
Excellent.
Yeah. I blame the new shoes. The old ones never would have did me like that. I knew what to expect with those.
Because you just would have skidded straight and like there was no gripping because there was no tread on them.
Yeah.
Rube is on my side with this one that you needed new shoes because they were awful.
I don't think I can pull my leggings up to show you my knee, but it's not great.
I mean, you sent me the picture last night.
Yeah.
Do you need me to do some of my great first aid skills?
No,
on
I
it?
folded some gauze around it and put some tape around it just so I could sleep.
Do you want me to take some steel wool and just like
Yeah,
clean the
please.
gravel?
Yeah, when you offered to clean the gravel out, I was like, well, thankfully there's no gravel because I had pants on. But also, you're not the person I'm going to allow to pick out gravel from my wound.
Wimp.
I know. Maybe we'll post the photo.
We could.
Blur the edges of my leg, though, because I haven't shaved them in a couple days.
Your cheese stick.
Yeah. My grilled cheese stick.
So I'm going to ask Kyla a question about her powers of observation.
Oh, God.
Do you notice anything different when I walked in today?
Your eyelashes.
That's one of it.
I
I did some cluster lashes today to give it a test run.
But I wasn't sure, and I thought that was the answer, and I didn't want to say anything if you did do your eyelashes, so now you're double tricking me?
There's something else that I did today.
Is it on your face?
It's on my face.
I don't know. Okay, it is your lips. Okay. I was like, I think you have like lip stain on or something.
I went and got lip filler today.
Oh, I did not notice that.
They're not the duck lips that you would expect
No.
if I went and got filler.
I just thought you had like lipstick on.
No.
I'm proud about the eyelashes that I noticed.
No, like I did some cluster lashes today to see if I could do them. I was like, if I'm going to try it, I'm going to do it on a day where I'm just going to Kyla's house. If it doesn't work,
Of course,
it doesn't work.
because if you want to horrify anyone, it's me.
Yeah. But I did go inject things into my lips today. I paid somebody to do it.
Well, it's subtle because I would have been like, "Ugh," if it was too much, especially if you're surprising me with it.
Surprise!
Like when you tinted your eyebrows.
Yeah. I went and got them like it was laminated
Oh,
and
yeah.
tinted, and I came out looking like
Groucho Marx.
Groucho Marx.
And she came over and I was like, hi.
Or when I came over after I had my face lasered, you told David he had to be nice to me.
Yeah.
This is all part of my glow up, Kyla. I went and got lip filler. tasteful amount.
To be fair, most of my vision was clouded by the smoke in the kitchen.
Okay, now it's not my fault. Your nonstick pans and your gas stove don't go together.
I mean, they do, and it is.
So tonight, in a non-themed dinner, we tried a recipe we saw where it's like pan dumplings, where instead of having to like wrap the dumplings, you just make the little meatball and you put the wrapper over the top. It's better in theory than it is in practice.
They still tasted good, but
They weren't as pretty as they
Yeah.
were in the video.
they're still good. But
It would also took a lot longer than just buying dumplings and cooking them.
Nicole is unfamiliar with operating a gas stove and stainless steel pans.
I just kept turning the heat down and like it got a little bit better each time.
Yeah, as you built the crust up on the bottom of the pan that I was scraping off.
Could have let David clean it.
No. No, he would have like chainsawed them or something.
Just throw them away and start over by the time I'm done with them. We had to open the windows because it was getting smoky.
Had to turn the fan on.
But Kyla didn't know how her microwave worked. She didn't know that there was a timer
No.
or a hold warm button.
Because I use Alexa for the timer, and if somebody's not on time for dinner, then if your dinner's cold, your dinner's cold.
It's the school of hard knocks in this house, guys.
If you're downstairs playing video games for too long, that's not my problem.
Mm-hmm. But I have a delightful episode today, and I'm going to preface it by saying I need you to try to stay awake because it's not about your favorite thing.
Oh, shut up.
Eugenics, but it's still a really good story.
I'll try my best. Not, I'll see what I can do.
So tell us about today's wine.
Okay, so Nicole has chosen 19 Crimes Reserve Red Blend.
But it's called the what?
The Warden.
Sometimes you got to keep things locked up.
Mm-hmm. If you're going to send a band of 19th century British rogues to live in Australia over penalty of death, you're going to need a very unique individual to oversee them. Jaildale.
Jaildale.
Enter the Warden. Just as crafty and twice as determined as those prisoners convicted of one of the infamous 19 crimes, the Warden made sure sentences were upheld and a community arose out of a dusty frontier. And this is from southeastern Australia.
So I got this because the theme was having to keep something under lock and key that doesn't want to be there.
Oops, I messed this up a little bit. Oop, did it again. Sorry. Oops. I gotta stop pulling the corks out directly underneath my mic boom.
I'm like, maybe you need to turn to the side when you do that.
No. That hurt my thumb a little bit. She is a dark.
She's dark.
It's not even ruby. It's beyond.
It's like garnet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, she smells good. She smells a little smoky.
Ooh, jammy.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, yummy. Like it.
It's a little hard to drink out of a glass right now because my lips are sore from having shit injected into them. And I have to recalibrate here.
Be careful of your microphone, too.
Rub right into it. So, I have entitled this episode, Bink, Is That You?
Oh, gosh.
Today, we will not be talking about murder for a change of pace. Instead, we'll be talking about one of my favorite things.
Bink.
No. What do you think it is? It's not Bink.
Orangutans.
I mean, they're cool, but it's not my favorite thing.
So it's not murder. Wine?
Nope.
Making people suffer.
I think when we get to the point in the story, you're gonna, I mean, making people suffer is one of my favorite things, but you're gonna know when you're like, oh, there it is.
Should I just keep going down the list?
Like making people suffer, sulfur. So I named the story after my dad. We call him Bink, but his real name is Ken. What is some of your favorite Bink stories?
Where do I start, first of all? And these are all like secondhand stories. Okay, I do have one firsthand Bink story. I think the very first time I ever met Bink was at Gino's.
Oh, first we describe Bink to our dear
Oh.
readers because they don't know what he looks
Okay.
like.
Imagine a Sphinx cat. That's Bink. But
It's like
put like Nike trainers on it.
it's like Mr. Clean if he was 5 feet tall, wearing bright yellow sneakers.
Yeah. Yep, pretty much. Yeah. Not as buff.
Not anymore. He's like 75.
Yeah.
So, but in his day, he was just straight muscle.
Mm-hmm.
Not a single shred of hair on his body.
No, Bink, and to be fair, like he does have a condition.
He has alopecia, so like, but he is naked as a mole
There's
rat.
no hair anywhere.
And everyone has to picture no hair, doesn't wear a hat, and he's always hitting his head off a thing, so he always has a band-aid.
Always has a
somewhere in
bandage on his head, some type of 2x2 gauze square.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yep. The very first time I met Bink was when we were at Gino's, and it wasn't too long after we started hanging out, a couple months.
She was freshly caught.
Yeah. I was still
She
young
still had hope.
And we had finished our dinner, and Bink doesn't order food. He just goes and picks off of plates of everyone he knows.
He's like a turkey buzzer.
Uh-huh.
He just scavenges.
So he came up and I met him, and as Nicole's like, "Oh, do you want the rest of our fries and chips and stuff?" And I said, "Yeah, go ahead and have these chips." And he's like, "What? No dip?" And I was like, "Okay, I see how it is."
She's like, "I see where she gets it from."
And then my other favorite Bink story is secondhand.
Tell her about the trainers.
Oh yeah, he wears these like lemon yellow fluorescent. I assume they're Nike or Adidas or some kind of athletic shoes. And Nicole was making fun of them, and he's like, totally serious. These are what a true athlete wears.
Athlete, and that's how we said it.
So I'm always on the lookout for some bright yellow trainers so I can be a true athlete.
I was running last summer, I think, and I had to get new running shoes, and they only came in yellow, and I had to take a picture, and I sent it to Kyla. I'm like, I'm a true athlete.
Maybe that's what's holding me back in my weight loss goals is the wrong shoes.
Maybe you, instead of the blue shoes, you should have got some bright yellow ones.
Oh, dang it. I wasn't thinking about it.
I do think those leopard print ones would have qualified you as a true athlete.
No.
You'd be like FloJo over there. But tell them the secondhand story because it's a banger.
Bink and Lisa, Nicole's mom, winter in Arizona. And to do so, they have to fly out to get there. And Bink is notorious for packing weird shit that he can buy in Arizona.
I was wondering. Okay, so I know which one we're going with right now.
Well, it could be one of two. There's actually two.
Yeah.
So Lisa told me that he packed a snorkel and like goggle kit in his bag, and she's like, "What the hell are you using that for?" Well,
he also put an iron trailer hitch in it.
Oh yeah, his iron trailer hitch. Yeah, that's right. And she's like, "What? Why are you packing like goggles and a snorkel?
You can buy those in Arizona.
Yeah, for also, like $6.
Also, it's not like they live next to a lake. There's a pool
and a hot tub.
And
he said he likes to go all the way up to his like chin in the hot tub, but he doesn't like the bubbles getting into his mouth and nose, so he wears a snorkel in the hot tub.
So he goes
by himself in the evening when it's dark out.
He goes at night when it gets dark in Arizona, and he wants the bubbles to hit his neck where it's sore. Because one time he tried to do that flip on the trampoline, and he broke his neck, and now he's the cadaver bone in there. And so he sits with his up to his nose
in the hot tub by himself at night,
just the snorkel
with a snorkel.
What other weird shit does he pack on the airplane?
He also checked a used gas can
that he put perfume in, women's perfume, to make it smell better.
Yeah.
And they let him check it.
I can't pack 4 ounces of shampoo, but Bink can put a fucking used gas can.
Like, and it wasn't like a tiny lawnmower gas can. It was like a big 10-gallon, like a huge gas can.
Hey, they sell gas cans in Arizona.
Yeah, they do.
Anyways, those are some of my favorite Bink stories.
Oh, and I know when Lisa gets back, we're going to get some new bangers. We just have to wait. There's some not fit for public media.
Yeah.
You have to be here in person to hear those. But I digress. because while Bink is hilarious, we are going to travel in our imagination to San Diego,
Yes.
where we find the San Diego Zoo. The zoo is home to many animals that we can see and learn about, but none are more interesting than the orangutan, whose name is Ken Allen.
Binky.
But first, we're going to do a little show and tell and learn about orangutans.
Ooh.
Because we learned a lot with the walruses.
We sure did.
So I didn't know there are 3 different types of orangutans.
Also did not know.
So the first is the Sumatran, and that is the guy on the left right there.
Okay.
Then we have the Bornean orangutan, and then we have the Tapanuli orangutan.
Mm.
So the Sumatran orangutan is from North Sumatra and is lighter in color, a ginger, so he doesn't have a soul, with long, thin hair and a narrower face. They're arboreal, which means what?
They live in trees.
Yep. And they're highly social. They are known to develop the use of tools and to be very intelligent. The Bornean orangutan is from Borneo, obviously, and is terrestrial, which means
It does not go in trees. It stays on the land.
it lives on the ground, and they have dark chocolate red coats and have prominent cheek pads on the males. So when we think of orangutans, that's what we think
Yeah,
of.
that's very like King Louis from the Jungle Book.
Mm-hmm.
Also, that's what I feel like I look like after a weekend on vacation.
That's what I looked like after I got my face lasered. I'm going to look like that again in a couple of weeks, so brace yourself. The Tapanuli orangutans live in South Tapanuli in Sumatra and have a different appearance than the Sumatran orangutans. They have frizzy hair and a flatter face and a smaller head. They are known for the distinct high-frequency long-distance calls.
So the Nicole orangutan.
Yes, frizzy hair.
That's
And
not
like-
what I was getting at the long distance
I'd
call,
like to
but
scream.
yeah, but okay, yeah. It also has a longer beard, unrelated to Nicole.
Well, I shaved that off, Kyla. Ken is a Bornean orangutan. Obviously, that's Ken Allen right below you with his big old face flaps. He was born in captivity in 1971. He was separated from his mother shortly after birth because she tried to smother him.
Oh, maybe we should have let her, I'm guessing, is
I
where
mean,
we're going.
I feel like maybe she knew something was up. He spent his time within his enclosure, living the life of leisure as the zookeepers kept him stocked with fresh mangoes, figs, and all the leaves he could desire.
Okay, I'm on board with this life.
I'm like, I could be down with this.
Yeah.
They cleaned his house and ensured his mind was stimulated with entertainment like foraging opportunities, rope structures, puzzle feeders, and sensory experiences.
So he's living the life.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got to be in captivity.
Do you think Ken is grateful?
No. He's like, what? No dip?
Yeah, basically. His caretaker notes that even at a young age, Ken was inquisitive. He would unscrew every nut he could find and remove the bolt within his nursery. The zoo reports that they knew he was going to be more difficult than the other orangutans they had in captivity. I can identify with Ken Allen so hardcore. And boy, were they right. Ken was moved to the heart of the zoo exhibit. And they found that Ken would throw rocks at television crews that were filming at the nearby gorilla exhibit.
Okay.
When he ran out of rocks, he didn't give up. What do you think he threw next?
Poop.
Ken threw his own shit, causing the television crew to scatter.
The rocks weren't enough.
Nope. Well, I mean, he ran out.
Yeah.
You work smarter, not harder. A few years later, the zoo installed a large room with viewing windows so the public could see the orangutans within the enclosure.
Okay.
So you're not just like looking down on them, like you could go underground and kind of see them.
Yeah,
At
we've been to
ground
a couple
level.
places that have
Yeah.
those glass things.
The orangutans made sport of throwing rocks at the windows.
As they really should.
The zoo tried to give them bananas to reward them for not throwing rocks at the windows, but the orangutans were just not interested. The windows were the foe, and they had to go. How much do you think it cost them every time a rock broke a window?
Oh gosh. Those huge windows
Mm-hmm.
that are like specialized tempered
Uh-huh.
like bulletproof glass. Oh my, I don't know, like $10,000.
Not as bad. $900.
Oh,
This
okay.
was also like
Oh yeah, it was like the 70s, you
yeah,
said.
it was like the 70s. In desperation, the zoo hired a contractor to dig up the dirt and remove all of the
I was
rocks.
just gonna say they're gonna have to remove all the rocks.
What do you think happened next?
They started flinging shit at the windows.
So much worse. The orangutans were not going to be stopped. They tore the ceramic insulators off the walls
Oh
and
my god.
threw those at the windows instead.
Jesus Christ.
They are not meant to be caged.
No.
They are athletes.
They are athletes. You can't hold a good athlete down.
Nope. What do you think some of Ken's antics at this time included?
Flipping off children. I don't like being a horrible ape.
He attempted to escape by constructing a ladder out of fallen tree
Oh
branches.
my god.
He was very methodical about it, one employee had noted. He would carefully put the foot of the ladder on the ground and pound it with his hand to make sure it was solid. He would then climb to the top of the wall and climb back down.
Yeah, I think and it's easy to do. But humans really underestimate the intelligence level of apes.
Yeah.
They're our closest relatives.
Well, and they have nothing but time.
And they have time to sit and think about these sorts of things. I mean, they're not, okay.
We're not quite there yet. In 1985, Ken decided that he was meant more for the small enclosure where he currently resided, and he decided that it was time to spread his wings. On June 13th, 1985, zookeepers found Ken mingling outside the zoo enclosure with visitors.
Oh, I bet that was a little bit of a shock.
Here's a video of him, or a picture from the video of him doing that.
Oh yeah, he's just like walking. Looks like he has an ice cream cone or something. I don't know.
He's just hanging
He's
out.
just hanging out. Yep. Okay.
However, there was no ladder to be seen, so the zoo could not figure out how he escaped. Reviews showed that it was not human error. No doors could be found open or ajar. Unsure of what to do, like they coaxed him back in with bananas, but unsure what to do, they just added cinder blocks to the enclosure and made it taller.
Yeah. Because if you don't know where he got out, you're just guessing at how to fix it.
So, and they were sure that they had solved the problem.
That's like me being sure that every winter is the winter Lana's not going to get out.
Uh-huh. Although, knock on wood, she hasn't done it this winter. Tonight's the night.
I know. She actually hasn't been out.
Are we in spring yet?
Yeah.
Okay, so you made it through winter.
I did, yep.
Maybe this is the summer of like a million escapes.
Well, as of the 4th of July, it'll be 2 years since she's escaped from this house.
Okay. So the zoo was being very careful and surveilling Ken, trying to catch him in the act. Gonna wet my palate here.
Wet your whistle?
I couldn't whistle before, and I bet you I definitely can't now.
You couldn't whistle? Oh my god, you can. You could whistle.
I just needed poofier
You
lips.
just needed new lips. Also, my theory is every time it's your turn to present, you have like some facial work done, so I can't spray you.
Yep, you can't
Because I really, like you said, and so a bunch of times, but I also wasn't going to snail you in the face with water when your skin was like raw and oozing.
I appreciate that.
I was just like, oh wow, I could really like get her right now.
I appreciate that you didn't. Like, my face probably would have slothed off.
A sharp jet of water.
I'd be like that Nazi in the Ark movie where my face just falls off. So they're watching him. They're waiting. They're biding their time, trying to figure out what is it that he's doing. It was no use, however, as Ken appeared to be aware that he was being watched. He escaped again on July 29th, 1985. And again, the zoo tried to raise the walls and make them smoother to try to prevent Ken from being able to scale them. An electrified fence was added to guard the perimeter. The zoo even added 2 new females to the exhibit, hoping to entice Ken into wanting to stay within his enclosure. I'm like, that's some real Epstein shit right there.
That is. That's, yeah. Stop using females as bait.
Yep. What else do you think they did to try to figure out how Ken was escaping?
Did they have people like staying overnight to watch him?
It's so much better.
Oh gosh.
The zookeepers went undercover.
Oh my God.
They disguised themselves in jeans, sunglasses, and Hawaiian shirts to watch him in the crowd to try to figure out how he was escaping. Ken should have been hired by the FBI, however, because Ken would make them out in the crowd
That is
every
so
time.
funny. You got to do better than that.
Uh-huh. So their suspicions that Ken was still on the case were confirmed on August 13th, 1985, so 1 month later. He was released from solitary confinement because they were doing all the work trying to like make the walls smoother and taller and putting an electrified fence in. And he was observed by the undercover spies holding a crowbar within the enclosure.
Oh, where did he get a crowbar?
They were alarmed.
I'm sure they were. Whoops. Somebody fucked up.
Yeah. Where did it come from?
Like, who's missing a crowbar? Is
Ken
it some poor intern who lost their crowbar and was too embarrassed to tell anybody?
Yeah, like, he's willing to throw rocks and shit. What chaos can he inflict with a crowbar?
Oh my God.
Do they need to evacuate the area just to be safe? There's a lot of questions. And I can picture Ken surveilling the area and then identifying that he's being tailed.
Mm-hmm.
Because what do you think he does next?
Oh gosh, I have no idea where this is going.
To the zookeeper's surprise, he tossed the tool aside at the foot of a female orangutan.
Ooh, is he giving her a present?
Her name is Vicky.
Vicky. I wish it was Lisa. Can you just pretend it's Lisa?
Yeah, we can call her Lisa. So much like a kid joyriding in a car and being pulled over by the police, he has the crowbar and he sees he's being tailed and he just like tosses it out the window.
Yep.
The zookeepers were not fooled, however, because orangutans' interest in tools is well known. And so is their ability to multi-step plan.
Mm.
If an orangutan sees a screwdriver left in a cage, they will ignore it while being observed to prevent the caretakers from discovering their mistake.
Oh, okay.
They will often then use the screwdriver to dismantle their cage at night.
Jesus Christ.
I can only assume that this realization came from experience.
Yeah. I don't think that's hypothetical.
Nope. But the spies made one fatal mistake here. They kept their eyes on Ken as he wandered to the other side of the enclosure. They soon realized the errors of their ways when they heard a loud noise and it was discovered that Vicky was Ken's partner in crime.
They were Bonnie and Clyde.
She was using the crowbar to pry the molding off the glass enclosure panels,
God damn.
cracking the glass.
Jesus Christ.
Another $900 was down the drain. But luckily the glass held. Both Ken and Vicky were placed in solitary confinement to prevent them from conspiring together.
Can you imagine how dumb you would feel if you are tasked with figuring out how Ken gets out of his enclosure?
Your one job is to watch Ken and figure it out.
And you're just watching Ken, and right under your nose is Vicky with a crowbar.
Lisa's like, suck it. Ken was not to be deterred, however.
I'm sure he wasn't.
Much like Andre Dufresne, Ken was determined.
Hold up. Dear readers, she means Andy Dufresne from Shawshank Redemption.
I do.
I didn't even have to see the name on your picture. I knew that's where you're.
I also wrote Shawshank Redemption in parentheses, so I remembered where he was from.
Andy Dufresne.
Dufresne. Ken was determined he was not going to be held in his prison. Orangutans are known to be afraid of water. So this is why the zoo always has a moat around the outside of the enclosure to ensure there's a distance between the orangutans and visitors. Ken decided to screw that, however, and the spies finally observed him attempting his escape.
Snorkel on and all.
So here's a picture of him with his moat.
Yeah. Yeah, he's going to put a snorkel on. He's going to go up.
He's going to put his
to
snorkel
nose
on.
in the bubbles.
Uh-huh. What do you think Ken did next?
I have no idea. You could give me a million guesses and I probably would not get it right.
I wanted to see if you could guess. So there's a moat, and there's a wall, and there's an electrified fence.
Does he short the fence by throwing water on the moat from it?
That would actually be quite brilliant. Ken, who is not one to be deterred, he pressed his feet up against one wall and his hands up against the other, and he shimmied.
So he shimmied
He
like Mission Impossible or some shit.
He Mission Impossible shimmied all the way up to the wall.
Oh my God.
The zookeepers were amazed and impressed because they didn't know orangutans could climb that way. His attempt was thwarted, however, when his fingers touched the electric fence. Damn. Poor Ken Allen.
Poor Ken Allen.
The zoo at this point was very proud of themselves. They were sure that they had discovered his method of escape and had been very successful at thwarting it. Ken, however, was just laying low and waiting for his opportunity to strike again. In April of 1987, so we're 2 years later, Ken is spotted outside the enclosure.
I bet those zookeepers were like, are you fucking kidding me?
It is not known if Ken watched and waited for the opportunity or if he would occasionally test the wires. But when the zoo was working on the moat and the electrical fence was turned off, Ken made his escape
Come on.
and was on the loose.
No, he waited. He knew.
He was watching.
Yep.
And so here's where we get to my favorite thing. Petty chaos.
Oh, okay. That was next on my list.
In his first successful jailbreak, Ken was able to be coaxed back to the enclosure with a few bananas without a lot of fuss. Today, Ken said, "Not today, Satan." And he was on the run. Where do you think he went and what do you think he did?
Jesus Christ. So he's in the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm assuming he didn't get out of the zoo.
He doesn't.
Okay.
No, he wasn't a coconut, the capybara.
I'm guessing he's gonna go into like somebody's feed room, or he's gonna go like let the lemurs out or something.
The lemurs out would have been a good one. He made his way to another habitat where he knew his mortal enemy was.
Oh no.
An orangutan named Otis.
Oh no.
He stood outside the
Oh,
habitat
did he tease him?
and he threw rocks at Otis.
What a dick.
And I was like, this is where I fell in love with Ken Allen. It took him 2 years
Yeah, he played the long game much like you do.
to like find a way to get out and throw things at his mortal enemy. I was like, game sees game, Ken Allen. Like, I appreciate. So the zoo know they were in trouble, and they were prepared to shoot Ken if needed. It was not needed, however, because after 3 hours, they were able to wrestle Ken back into a holding cell. How many pounds do you think an orangutan is?
I was gonna ask you a little bit earlier. I was like, did we talk about how many pounds they're? It's a lot.
245 pounds.
Yeah, that's like of muscle.
Yeah, like this isn't just like roly poly.
No.
He's been training, guys.
He's been ninja warrioring it.
He's like ninja warrior.
He is an elite athlete.
He is jumping moats, climbing walls, throwing things. Like, he is ready.
He's playing pickleball. He's snorkeling.
He is the Sparta of orangutans. So after this, Ken's appeared to have started a revolution.
Oh no.
Other orangutans started to escape from the habitat.
Please tell me Vicky was one of them.
Oh, I'm sure she was. How do you think they finally... Oh, here's a picture of him going up to Otis and throwing rocks.
Oh. It looks like also he's flipping him off.
Uh-huh.
And like, yeah, those two are having beef.
Like, they do not like each other. So Otis, I did a little dive. Otis is like kind of like the head dominant orangutan. And Ken
so
does
that's
not
even
like
worse.
So Ken's like, fuck you and the horse you rode in on.
Just to take peaceful walks around the zoo, except when he saw Otis.
Yup.
It was like, there's that meme where I have to find it. It's like, what's your name? And it's like, I don't know, my name's Andrew. What's your name? He's like, my name's Jeff. He's like, fuck you, Jeff. And he's like, fuck you, Andrew, or whatever whatever names they say.
So how do you think the zoo finally solved the problem? And how much do you think it cost?
Oh God.
So you gotta think. We're aware that he can use ladders.
Mm-hmm.
He can shimmy up walls. He probably can climb walls. They can rip things off the walls. And he watches for electrified fences.
Is there like an overhead net over like everything?
That probably would have been smart, but they never did that.
Oh.
He probably could have tore that, though.
Probably. That would have had to be a heavy dude. And they would have just like swung from it.
Yeah. And probably like into the glass.
Yeah, never mind. Bad idea.
The zoo had to pay rock climbers.
Oh my God.
$40,000 to find every finger and toehold within the walls of the habitat so they could be eliminated.
Oh my God. That's a genius, but oh my God.
Uh-huh. And so it wasn't like one rock climber. Like, he thinks he got them all, and then you pay another rock climber until the rock climbers can't climb anymore.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and I'm sure they're like chalking and circling like, oh, I could go here.
Uh-huh.
Oh, wow. That's actually really, really smart.
Can you imagine the poor zookeeper is probably just laying in his bed at night fretting, like, is tonight the night he escapes again? How many orangutans are going to be on the loose when I get there?
Yeah.
Also, they need to, is it Cinnamon the capybara? Was that her name?
Coconut.
Coconut? Was it coconut? Or, yeah. Well, they need to get that capybara in the same zoo next to each other.
Coconut was the one who escaped. Cinnamon was the one that we met.
Oh, okay. Yep. So I think that we need to get all of these animals in one zoo, and it's like on an island so they can't get away. Also, can you imagine?
And Lana is their leader.
Yes. Can you imagine if he made it out of the zoo in San Francisco?
Oh my gosh.
What would have happened?
No. And I mean, from like, he doesn't seem to be violent or anything,
but
he's also a wild animal.
He's like, and as I was reading, wild animals, once they know they're, especially orangutans, once they know they're out, act very differently than when they know they're in captivity.
Well, they're so smart.
Because they know in captivity there's guardrails on.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm out, game on, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my gosh.
And I saw a lot of pictures, and I'm assuming this was in their native country. Because like people are just like sitting next to them in the woods.
No.
I was like, nope. There's a 0% chance.
That's you look from afar and you quietly move on.
You would get a baby. But I'm going to show you your choice of pictures.
Oh, gosh.
So this is the first one.
I have a beard, and you look nothing like you.
Nope.
But I have like a hippie beard. Okay.
Yep.
No, thank you. I pass.
Or you may want that one. Because your other option
Is I'm the fucking monkey
you're the orangutan.
and you're Jane Goodall. God damn it, Nicole. That's actually fucking hilarious.
As soon as I was doing the face swap on the other one, and it said, who do you want Kyla to be, the dude or the orangutan? I was like, okay, I gotta find a different picture. I did not know that was gonna be an option.
I'm actually really horrified now that you now know it's an option to make me the animal in any of our pictures.
And it doesn't work with any animal. I think it has to be a primate.
Oh, well, at least there's that.
I didn't try it on the one with the big flaps, though.
If you put my face on that fucking flappy ass.
Although I could. I'm just going to look up, after this, I'm going to look up Barney and orangutan.
But if you're going to do it, I want to be the one in the middle with the flaps and the gigantic double chin.
Yep. I'm going to
or the frizzy hair. I'd take that one too.
I'm going to make it so like it's awful. It's hideous. I will put it on buzzedbaffled.net.
Everyone will see it.
However
I know.
it turns out, it'll be in the ad that I don't listen to later when I'm making it. But this is why I was late coming here to make those dumplings, because I was doing this on my phone.
All the important work.
Uh-huh. I'm the technical director. I have to pay attention to these things.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, but in 2000, they discovered that Ken had B-cell lymphoma, which is a fast-spreading cancer in orangutans. And they were better than Norway. They didn't just shoot him. They had him humanely euthanized to prevent his suffering.
Yeah. That's sad.
So Ken Allen.
Ken's a delight.
Had a long reign.
Uh-huh. Hail King Ken.
They should have given him a snorkel and some goggles.
Yep, and a gas can.
Uh-huh.
And a trailer hitch in your carry-on for no reason.
Yep. Maybe a bunch of edibles that he shouldn't be bringing on the plane.
Some marine paint to paint the carpet on the...
Oh, God, yes. Tell them the story about the marine paint.
Yeah. Apparently, Bink's pontoon, of course, everyone knows they have that really low pile, heavy-duty carpet.
Yeah, like indoor-outdoor carpeting. Yeah. Bink had a great idea to make it more durable.
So he put, like, marine paint on it. So now if you want to walk on it, like, the bottom of your feet gets shredded.
Because it's, like, white, stiff marine paint. And it will shred anything it comes in contact
Maybe
with.
That's where the city of Hancock got their pattern for the road I fucking fell on and shredded my knee.
Bink was up there showing
Bink paved, yeah.
He was up there painting it.
Yeah,
so that
he's like, no, you need more pointy rocks sticking out in this spot.
Yep. It was the long game.
Yeah.
Because Ken knew that you were going to be telling the story and that you would be making fun of him.
If there was any thought in my mind that Bink ever thought that far ahead, I would consider that a possibility, but I know that's not the case
There's not
at all.
a lot of planning. Also, what's funny is that his friends, like Paula, I think sometimes listens to this, and she's going to get a hoot out of this. Lisa never listens.
Lisa doesn't listen.
But I wonder if Paula's going to listen, especially when she sees the title of the episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we might get a couple extra listeners on this episode from your friends list.
It's like, oh my God. I'm going to see, I bet it'll be Thursday before Lisa texts me and says, what were you talking about on the last episode? If I post it tomorrow, I'm going to say Thursday.
Okay, and I do have an update, dear readers. My mom still does listen to the pod. She met her pod challenge and she texted me on, I think it was Wednesday or Thursday, that she still listens to the pod. And I was like, oh, you made your challenge.
Way to go, Jaildale.
Yep.
And so that is my delightful story of Ken Allen, the orangutan.
Ken Allen, the orangutan. I love him.
It's no murder, but it's petty as fuck. And I love it.
I love that he just waited.
Sit and wait and bide your time.
And he's like, I ain't got nowhere else to be.
Like, I always thought a honey badger was my spirit animal, But it might be Ken Allen the orangutan.
The frizzy-haired orangutan.
Yep.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, that's a good one. Well done.
So I still have the crown
Yep.
for worst pod so far, but you told me you're coming for it.
I am. I have one fully written and I have two half written, and the because I wanted to have a couple because I'm always scrambling during the week and I was like, oh, I don't have time to do this. And the one of my half written ones, it's been on my list for a long time. It was I'm trying to go from the top down on my list and clear out some of the old ones. And the more I looked into it, the worse it gets, but not in the eugenics way. There's no eugenics.
Oh, I bet you if I look hard enough, I can find a tie.
But I don't know if that'll be next week or in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever.
Yeah, my next one after yours is going to be about identities.
Yeah, so I may do the murder one next week just because it's been a hot minute since we've had a murder pod, surprisingly.
I have one in the hopper. I have to watch that documentary still. And it won't be, well, maybe it could be tomorrow. But it's like, it's in German, it's dubbed, so I have to like sit there and read it. I can't be high in doing it, so I have to like pay attention.
You don't want to be like Lisa and forget your glasses at the dubbed movie, the movie with subtitles.
I always call it the wrong thing. I call it Apocalypto.
No, that's literally the correct name.
I call it like Soul Azteca.
Yeah, you always call it like Azteca or some other. I don't have your book with me, but that has 2 entries in the book.
I did watch that again later on, and it is a good movie.
It is.
It holds up, even though it's Mel Gibson that did it.
The movie itself is, I think it's cinematically really well done, but yeah, fucking Lisa.
But Lisa, she doesn't bring her glasses, and she's like, what are they saying? I'm like, I am not in this crowded theater gonna read you every subtitle. Like, you knew what we were coming to. So she just sat in the darkness for 2 hours,
being completely confused about what was happening.
Listening them to talk in Aztec and had no idea what the fuck was going on.
Maybe that's what you should do with your German documentary and just put your best guess in.
Like, here's what I think happened. It's what it looked like.
Oh, I love Ken Allen. Rest in peace, Ken Allen.
Do we need to save the picture of Ken Allen? Put him on the wall of...
Yeah, he could go somewhere cool. Maybe we'll get a little orangutan figure for up there.
Oh, yeah.
A little Ken Allen.
I'll look on Amazon tonight. And like, he doesn't have any tusks to fall out. So
no tusks that I have to panic glue back in.
We'll get a little orangutan figure. Is tonight the night we play the Guess Who game that I put together?
Mm-hmm. It is. We'll post pictures. Nicole, we have our custom made Guess Who.
It's the best game
Real
ever.
Housewives.
Real Housewives edition.
Mm-hmm.
We got to play it now because her favorite season might not be
Miami, I guess, is on hold. How am I going to look at Kiki's laser cut bob?
I don't know. You'll have to go.
Why am I talking about Real Housewives on my pod?
So Rube knows you're in deep. So we're
close this out.
To the next pour and the next plot twist.